Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. It seems ODM are very serious about this story of impeaching William Samoei Ruto. Earlier on, many thought that this was like a joke, but the moment Caliba Missy escalated his narrative of even going to an extent of demanding that all the MPs, more than 300 MPs, should support his motion in Parliament, or if they don't support the motion, then they should face the wrath of the Gen Zs.
Be done is when the members of Parliament report to Parliament next week. The Gen Z needs to force those members to impeach the president, and any member of Parliament who will not vote for impeachment of the president, they occupy their homes. That's the only way. This war must now turn to the members of Parliament, and they force them. If I bring a vote of no confidence against the President William Ruto, I expect 349 members of Parliament to support me. If they don't support me, then their homes are occupied. They need to force members of Parliament to impeach the President. That's what we need to do. We don't need to put Gen Zs on the streets to be killed. When we have a National Assembly to do what Gen Z are supposed to do. The Gen Zs have given us a platform. Now what is remaining is our members of Parliament to do the rest. Let us not put our children on the streets to be killed when we have members of Parliament who have the responsibility to impeach the president.
Now we all know that Raila Amolo Odinga relinquished his position of party leader to Kisumu Governor Anyang' Nyong'o. So it's not easy to say whether it's Raila Amolo Odinga or Anyang' Nyong'o who is pushing this narrative of impeaching William Samoei Ruto. So based on that video from Caliba Missy, ladies and gentlemen, one would easily say that ODM could be serious about this issue of impeaching William Samoei Ruto. Like I told you in the previous analysis, ladies and gentlemen, this is the right time if ODM wants to make true their threat of impeaching William Ruto, because this is a time whereby the people in Mount Kenya, especially the Mount Kenya West, are unhappy about the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. So this is the right time if ODM is serious about this issue of impeaching William Samoei Ruto. So I want us to go into that video, the contents of that video extensively, and why Caliba Missy is hell-bent in making sure that this plan works. If we get further, ladies and gentlemen, please just go below there and locate a button written subscribe. Please subscribe. I've noticed that many of you good viewers watch our videos but you forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to enable us grow. Also, don't forget to like this video because that is the only way YouTube shares our content. Thanks so much for that support. I want to bring you up to speed with something about Caliba Missy. There's a time during an interview at Spice FM, Caliba Missy maintained that he is the only member of Parliament from Western who had never met William Samoei Ruto or had never even thought of meeting William Samoei Ruto, simply because he doesn't subscribe to the ideologies of William Ruto. And he doesn't believe that William Ruto is telling the truth, always making political promises.
I'm the only member from Western region who has never met William Ruto. What? Elected member of, not even a member of Parliament, any, whether it's governor, MCA, women rep, any elected leader nominated in the entire Western region, I'm the only one who has never met William Ruto.
Why?
Because my principles and his are like day and night.
So the same Caliba Missy is the one who has surfaced now and is making true this threat of impeaching William Ruto. And he has even volunteered to be the one who is going to present that motion. You see, if you look at the case of Gachagua's impeachment, very few people knew that Mwengi Mutuse was the one who was going to present that motion. In fact, when this issue of impeachment on Rigathi Gachagua started surfacing, people like Ichung'wah downplayed that narrative and said there was nothing like an impeachment motion to be tabled against Rigathi Gachagua. And back then, people took a different, people understood the words differently. Maybe Ichung'wah was trying to test the waters back then, and at the same time, trying to cool that pressure or that tension that was escalating as a result of that impeachment narrative being peddled. But you see, in this case, Caliba Missy has volunteered. You know, this is funny because he has volunteered that is the one who's going to present that motion, and he expects that all the members of parliament sign it. Why? Because according to him, he views William Samoei Ruto as a president who has already failed. That is according to ODM position, and that is according to Caliba Missy. You know, Caliba Missy is banking on the previous statement of Raila, when Raila had convened a meeting to try to make them understand that there is need to have Rigathi Gachagua kicked out. So during that meeting, according to Caliba Missy, they say that their intention was to have Rigathi and Ruto, both of them kicked out. But you see, according to Raila's response, is that first, let us deal with this deputy president first. And then maybe after that, you shall think of the number one. See, just like I explained in my previous analysis. So number one in this case is William Ruto. And these statements from Caliba Missy, you know, I think Caliba Missy is not trying to play politics. Based on what I see, he is going to present that motion in parliament. So as to whether that motion is going to get votes, that is something that we will see. But let me take you through some reactions here. See, there are people who have reacted to this, and it seems by the way this narrative is gaining momentum by the day. You know, the Saboti member of parliament, the position he has made seems to be gaining momentum by the day. Honorable Steve Mbogo said something. Let me just take you through a statement that Honorable Steve Mbogo said regarding this issue of Caliba Missy. He said, President Ruto did his biggest political mistake and fell into ODM's trap by impeaching Gachagua. ODM is now planning to impeach President Ruto out of office. And then what he did after making that statement, he shared a video. The video that I shared about Caliba Missy being interviewed, and Caliba Missy was talking about this plan to have William Ruto impeached. So let me be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. There are two things that this narrative could be pushing for. Either to have ODM be relevant again, because to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen many reactions of people talking about ODM. They don't talk good things about ODM. They talk negatively about ODM. The days when they talk positively about ODM are gone. So these days, people talk negative things about ODM. It's as if ODM is the one that elected William Ruto. You see, that is what is coming out. Now, talking about what is being peddled around this narrative. Either Caliba Missy could be trying to seek attention from majority of Kenyans, or Caliba Missy really means his words. You know, we're talking about someone who at one particular time asked Mudavadi whether he has ambitions. You remember that day when Mudavadi was being vetted for the prime cabinet slot, and Caliba Missy reminded Mudavadi that he was a minister, that is Mudavadi was a minister when Caliba Missy was 3 years old. And then, considering that Musalia Mudavadi became a vice president in this republic, Caliba Missy found it very strange that someone is demoting himself from a vice president to now a prime cabinet secretary. You know? So, I don't know if you remember that video. I'm talking about this video.
I've been looking at your CV, Honorable Mudavadi. You were a minister in 1989. That time I was 3 years old. You were Minister for Supplies, Marketing, Minister for Finance, Agriculture, Information, Transport, Vice President. In fact, I remember vividly when you are the Vice President, you presented a check to me to go to Starehe, presented by Kenyans living in US. And now I'm serving my second term in Parliament. I'm here vetting you for a position that is still mesmerizing Kenyans. Does it portray you as a man who lacks ambition, or is it lack of option? Because you are going to be in a position head of a cabinet. Kenya is an ambitious nation in the community of nations. We want to portray as an ambitious man who is at the head of the cabinet, the head of him. Look at this history that spread in 30 years. Does it portray you as a man who does not have ambition?
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. So based on the statement from Caliba Missy, that is in conclusion, most likely William Ruto has to craft a survival strategy, because these things start as rumors and then these rumors escalate, and when they escalate, these rumors sometimes become true. So in a worst case scenario where Caliba Missy has presented a motion to have William Ruto impeached, votes will be needed in Parliament. But the big question is, will the Speaker support that motion? Will the Deputy Speaker support that motion? That is a big question, ladies and gentlemen. Now, perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.